Arts Adventure summits the airwaves. This is the Ogden Arts and Adventure Show. I am R. Brandon, along with
Todd Oberndorfer.
And we are your hosts for the greatest arts and adventure podcast in all the land. We have an enormous Book of Stoke show for you here today. So we have the contributors, ladies and gentlemen. Where's the contributors of the Book of Stoke? It is, you cannot see it or buy, well, you can buy it now. So this comes out, so this is Monday night.
Yeah, so it'll be tomorrow is the official
release party,
and then Wednesday it'll be ready.
Like you can buy it. So, okay, so before we even talk about what it is, where can we buy the thing that we're going to talk about on Wednesday?
So there's a couple ways you can buy it through us,
we just dial up an Avery.
Just dial up your local Avery or Dixon or Fernando and Kristen.
Yeah.
We'll also have it online. So on lonepinepress.co.
Lonepinepress.co. Okay.
It'll be online. You can buy it there.
Okay.
Once it's gone, it'll be gone for now.
Okay. Do you have deals? Like if you listen to this podcast and you type in OAA, you get like
we don't,
deal?
but we could make something like that.
Okay. Can you? I didn't know if you had the power. The tools. This is Dixon.
You get a sticker.
Get a sticker? A sticker?
Hey, that's something.
No, that's something. That's something.
That's good.
All right, so we have the Book of Stoke. How did this begin, Avery? And who's in charge? Like, what's going on here?
So I guess I started the thing.
Yeah.
I had an idea about a year ago, and I was feeling frustrated about social media and
let's see the cover while you're talking.
Yeah. I was feeling frustrated about social media.
Yeah.
There it is. And just like I wasn't getting out there, I'd post a picture that I thought was amazing and I wanted it for people to see it, but I just wasn't reaching.
So you weren't frustrated with other people's.
No,
you were frustrated.
I was frustrated with myself, and I wanted to create something more. I wanted to bring out and share something. You told me one time, a long time ago, you might not remember this, Brandon.
Oh God.
It was back at Gear 30, and you were saying something. Whatever you do, you need to build a community around.
Oh, that's
right.
Yeah,
you agree with that?
I do.
Yeah. So I wanted.
And then you said, "What's the opposite of social media?" And that's like dead print.
Exactly.
Nice. Yeah.
So I wanted to create something to build a community around because I love skiing, and I know many other people like to ski. Yeah. So I think it was September van session sounds about right, and I came to Dixon. So Dixon shoots the video for van sessions. And I came up to him. I was like, "Dude, I've been having this idea. I want you to hear it." I was like, I want to create a photo book, but I don't want to do it alone because it feels selfish to do it on my own. So I wanted to bring in other people to build a community around a book. Yeah.
I can't believe you remember anything.
Dude, that stuck with me for a long time.
It is true.
And we were talking about the Gear 30 social media.
Yeah.
And I was like,
How's Gear 30 doing?
Whoa. There you go.
Yeah.
Sorry, go on.
There we go.
So anyway.
So it was good advice is basically what we're saying.
It was good advice.
Yeah. It was good advice. You still have to do the advice, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
And we had a killer community at Gear 30. It just wasn't big enough for the bills.
Right. Yeah, that's also true. Story for another time.
Yeah.
So yeah, I brought this up to Dixon. I was like, "Dude, like, would you want to help me with this?" And he was like, he was
like, "Yeet, yeah."
He said, "Yeet the wheat. Let's go. I want to help you with this." He thought it was a great idea.
We'll have translations underneath. What did you just say?
Eat the wheat.
What's that mean?
It's from my hat. Celiac awareness.
Oh, of course. Thank you. You were talking about that before. The wheat, sorry.
My recollection of it was he comes to me and he's like, "Yeah, I want to make this book." And I was like, dang, that's perfect. Because I also want to do something because I was having the same exact feeling about social media. I didn't feel like I was really getting anything out of it. But it was also, that was the night we came up with the name of the book.
That was. It was.
Because it was, he was like, "I just want something like a book on your coffee table so that like September, October, you can look at it and get stoked about it." I was like, "Dude, like a Book of Stoke." And he's like, "Oh my God."
We were trying to come up with the name later on. And you were like, "Dude, I like how you pitched it to me." Yeah. I was like, "All right, the Book of Stoke it is."
Yeah.
So we ended up like I think later that week or next week, we met at Coffee Links, and we started talking and just like how we were going to do this thing. And I told him, I was like, I want other people to be involved. We have such a great community of photographers and skiers in Ogden that I wanted to bring more people in. So we ran through a bunch of names, and two people really.
I don't remember my name coming up in this.
It was Avery and me. We were the first two. No.
Oh my God.
You mentioned each other's names.
Yeah. I was thinking of you too, Boo. Like,
oh my God, you guys. So two names really stuck out, and they happen to be sitting right here. So I ended up texting.
Brandon and Todd.
Two Brandon and Todd.
Yes.
I need to be on this podcast.
yeah.
Gosh.
So I ended up messaging them on Instagram. We had actually never met at any point, so I just reached out and I was like, "Hey, I have this idea, and let's if y'all have time."
And
I pitched the idea.
Fernando and Kristen.
Yes. Yep. And so they were in, and so we found a time to meet up.
And Avery's dad.
And Avery's dad. Yeah, he's out there. Oh, look, there he is. So yeah, we ended up grabbing coffee and just kind of ironed out some of the starting details, and we were like, I wanted each photographer to have their creative freedom with their. So when we dive into this thing, you'll see that each photographer has their own section. I didn't want to like constrain anybody. I wanted them to have full creative freedom. And
what if they didn't take pictures of skiing?
Then it would be a biking book of
roller skating,
book of whatever. Stoke? Yeah.
Okay.
So,
but it is a ski.
It is a ski. Okay. This one is a ski.
Okay.
I have more ideas.
You have more ideas.
And snowboard.
Yes.
Yeah,
sorry.
The only snowboarder in this book.
Is that you?
Yeah, that's
me.
me.
Okay. I'd be there with you, but I wasn't invited. So
you were invited.
Well, I'm not in the picture. So.
Okay.
We'll get to that later.
We'll get to that. Yeah.
I love this, Avery. But here's what I love most about this whole thing. There's a physical copy of the book. Like, it got done. Do you know how many ideas we all come up with, and it never sees the light of day? And so you somehow, how did you get over the idea to actually make it happen?
It was, go ahead. You have something to say.
It's because Avery and I were kind of like, coming both of us from it. That's how we did it, having two people. Because the amount of times where I would start dragging and Avery would pick up the slack, or Avery would get busy, because Avery did explode your kneecap like tail end of last season. So he was extremely hung up for a while doing PT and stuff. So like when he was dragging or super busy, I could help pick up that slack. That really helped.
A big part of it was you two. There were moments that I was just like, what the hell are we doing? Is this even worth it right now? But we would meet for coffee, and then I would just be completely fired up again. I would be like, oh my God, like everybody is way into this. So let's keep going.
Yeah, I think that we all just had different like skill sets that we ended up being able to learn from each other, like a lot of different things and stuff with the printing process, with InDesign, with like all of it, writing, how to, all the different things.
Dropbox. Never used Dropbox before.
Wait, what?
Dude.
Wait, what?
Oh my gosh. Dropbox is wild when you try to share it with a bunch of people and they're all working off of that file. It's wild.
Kristen kept us saying those.
Yeah. So. She'd set up the InDesign because she had previous experience, and then I just started kind of running with it, trying to figure it out. But I think I could do it. I'm pretty productive at it now, or efficient with it. So.
Yeah, in episode 2 or book 2 or whatever, it's going to be way easier to do
the process will be much smoother next time.
Yeah. What's one thing you do different on the next?
Oh my gosh. The whole process, I think, just like it was very sporadic.
Like you totally changed the team, right?
No, I want these people involved.
Well, like first things first, everyone's fired.
Well, I mean, to be fair, we have talked about a second volume, and I think we probably would do 4 new artists. Like, again, the idea of bringing in local, like, what I hope comes from this is that somebody who has some first or second tier connection from any 4 of us is all of a sudden like, dude, I have a stash of photos that I, from the local Ogden area, from skiing, from sick, fun Stoke days, right? It's like, and then we can sort of bring them into the fold and keep going, because there's a lot of us out there that pick up that camera, take it out, get the photos, but feel extremely overwhelmed in the editing and getting it out there. And so that is the goal. But
so were you shooting with the idea of the magazine over the winter, or are these all, did you just pull from what you'd already kind of shot?
Personally, I pulled from what I had shot from like years before.
Okay.
I had a little bit of both. There are some things in here from past seasons, but I patrolled with my 35 millimeter film camera most days, so I was just shooting as
legal?
much as I hope so. Okay. I won't tell you where I'm from, but if it's not,
he works at Wasatch Peaks.
Cover up the hat. Don't look.
We all know. Dude, we all know.
Powder Mountain.
Powder. Okay. So I don't know about y'all. I definitely just brought it up as much as I could to like just capture the raw moments of my days patrolling, and that was kind of how I envisioned. However, I did take a little bit of a turn in I didn't do all patrol.
And you didn't give any prompts, right? You just let the artist do
exactly.
Okay.
So everybody kind of has a different, I would say, I don't want to say like a background, but like we all are tied to the ski industry.
A different flavor.
Flavor of skiing, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a perfect way. Like I patrol, Dixon's big into the backcountry education, Nando's a snowboarder, Kristen's a Ski Utah ambassador, athlete. Like we all have such different looks on winter.
31 flavors, but all in the same cone.
Correct.
Okay.
It all brings us together, photography, skiing, and snowboarding.
Yeah.
So
and the cone is winter sports.
Winter sports,
skiing.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. So how close were you to not pulling off this project?
In April, I blew out my ACL April 1st, and that was like a huge hit on my motivation. I was like, I'm done. This is all right. I need 3 weeks off to not even think about anything.
Yeah.
But I feel like after I had recouped, I was more fired up after like knee surgery, and I was like, cool, this is a perfect time to just sit down and crank this thing out. You know, I don't have much else going on. So, and again, we met, and that just like really, their stoke made me stoked again to like keep going.
I love the idea of it. I think it's brilliant because I can jump on Instagram, but it's kind of lame because it's on my phone, so I can get stoked.
Exactly, the quick hit.
If I buy a magazine.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Sweet.
Yeah.
All right, Todd, you following along?
I am, and so I can relate just a teensy bit. This is not bringing it back to me, but as far as that learning process, some time ago, me and a couple of buddies put together this powder or salty. It was salty. Was the name of that one? Powder is on your hat. Sorry. And so that project took, a pandemic basically, but there was a series of deadlines that we kept kind of pushing out, but at the same time, it gave us a chance to meet online, and that, I'm sure that was part of the process as well. So tell me about like regular meetings, deadlines. Was there some sort of pressure that you had on yourself that you held each other accountable in some way?
Yeah. I guess like we tried to meet once every couple months, at least in the summer, we met a little bit more, to kind of just go over everything. And the hardest part was starting. I felt like just like feeling you have this blank canvas and you don't know how to start. And for all of us, except Kristen, trying to figure out InDesign and actually create our own sections, that was challenging. Yeah.
And how'd you pick the photos? Who's the photo editor? Who got to say like, here, this one's good, this one's not?
It was up to the artist.
Oh, edited.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, and kind of coming back to that, like with the meetings and how we went through that, like at a certain point, it was left up to everyone. Like we all had access through cloud sharing to the document, and we just sort of had like a deadline, like, hey, get your photos that you guys wanted together. Everyone had a certain amount of pages that they could go with. But yeah, if you wanted to put 20 photos on each page, you could. But
in those initial conversations that you had with each other, beyond Stoke, like what tied it all together? Not just winter sports, but like.
Well, I think it was, so it was ski photos, but then also, you know, things that sort of felt like steeped in sort of the Ogden community, right? Whether that was location or spirit or just, you know, again, sweet, stoked, cool ski photos. But so that was sort of the other part behind it. But again, it really comes down to us we just wanted a book that was some sick shit. Oh, can I curse on this?
God damn it. Now I got to edit.
Some cool stuff that like people had laying around or in folders on their hard drives that are just sitting there, and we're like, dude, I know these people have really cool things, and whether or not they have really cool stories behind them or not, like, you know, we'll take them. You can talk about them. I think there are a couple in there that have some really cool stories, and we're super stoked about like the release party and you know, telling more people about these things. But it was just like fun, cool photos. Like, show us what you got.
The geography question is a good question because everyone here lives and plays in Ogden, around Ogden, right? So, but however, if you're listening to this and you're in Salt Lake or Logan or whatever, like, does this apply to outside of Ogden? What kind of book
absolutely.
is this? Okay.
I think anybody could pick this up and like feel the energy in it.
Yeah.
Like feel the stoke from it. I think it is special that it is a group of Ogden people in Ogden places doing it, the Ogdenites. So we did talk about like
We're all transfers.
we are all transferred. But we did also posers.
Now we gotta start the podcast over.
We did talk about like the Janet
you
from
all really?
Nebraska.
Texas,
Yeah, I'm from Texas.
Ohio.
Idaho.
You're close. Yeah.
Don't hate me, but I'm from California.
It's always the Texans and Californians. But we did.
Fernando, you're adopted in. You're good to
Yeah,
go.
he's like, it's
I mean-
basically one.
I grew up 3 hours away.
Yeah.
You're good. You're
What's
good.
really
Good.
funny is my family lives in Albuquerque, New Mexico. And so we would always drive through Ogden, Salt Lake, Moab, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
Never stopped once.
Are you
Oh,
serious?
wow.
Yeah, my parents.
How do we look from the freeway?
You know,
Horrible.
I've seen it go, like the fondest or the longest memories I've had was like when I was like 6, when I could actually be like, oh, there's a school up there.
Yeah.
I remember these walls. Like the biggest one was, what's the mall in Salt Lake? The Gateway.
Yeah.
Like we would always go
Yeah.
there and shop. And I've seen the Gateway like every year transform. And
Yeah.
by seeing it now in person, like living here, I'm like, this was so much different.
Yeah.
So-
Interesting. Yeah, because traveling on the road is I love it. But I love road trips, and I often think about that. And you can drive through Idaho. You can go through, like, we go up to Yellowstone twice a year, or whatever. And that's, I think about this. I'm driving through these towns, but I don't. If I get off the freeway, I go to Maverick, and then I get back on the freeway. Like, I don't drive past that, and so I don't know what the town is like. It could be really pretty. It could not be. I don't know. But unless you're the one town there where the waterway is like right next to the freeway, you're like, oh, this is cool. Like,
Yeah.
people are like running right next to the freeway, and the water's right here and everything. And then, but like on Ogden, you're driving, and I'm like, I don't see anything. I see trees and like the mountains, but you don't really see the city because the buildings are hard to see. They're like down in there.
It's kind of a weird, like, I don't know. For me, I take geography really seriously just because I'm
about damn time.
I'm one of those nerds that will look at something and be like, that looks really weird, and it's this way. And
Yeah.
if you look at Ogden from the freeway, you see it kind of almost dips into this crater because of the lake.
Yeah.
And then it goes into the mountains, which was the shore.
Yep.
And so you're like, oh, that makes a lot of sense. But yeah, from the
And then
freeway.
I
it looks
often
good.
think about this too. It's like, and I know it is what it is, but like, you've never been to Ogden, and you're driving north or south, whatever, northbound only, and then you get off the 24th Street exit, and like, you're like, what the hell is this place? Like, it's like, you got to drive over the railroad tree. Like, we are literally driving like over the railroad, and like, oh, look at what this place used to be, and then you end up like on 24th, 1 block away from a historic 25th Street, which is awesome. And so that's your impression as you drive into town. And I think it's pretty cool because those buildings are really old, and you drive literally right into the rail town of what we were built on.
Mm-hmm.
which is interesting.
Yeah. And it's really funny that you mentioned Yellowstone because the town I grew up in is like 45 minutes from Yellowstone and then an hour from the Tetons.
Yeah.
So
Wow. Well, we're just going to pivot to that now. No, I could.
Brandon starts talking about
Yellowstone. Here we go.
In case you haven't noticed the theme in the trailer, so
I'm leafing through the book and I see some text in here. So was each contributor responsible for their own text?
They were not. Once again, kind of bouncing back to that creative freedom. So I chose to kind of give my photos some titles. When you see it, they're numbered, and then at the end of my section, I have those numbers correlate to a title that ties to the photo. And then we also did 2 articles. I ended up meeting with Jonah Williams on the hill. It was so super random. Like, what's the word? It was a super random meet. Like, I ran into Tristan, who was shooting Powder Mountain content, and he was skiing with Jonah. And I just went up. I was like, hey, Tristan, could I follow you around for a little bit? Like, what do you think about that? And Tristan was just like stoked about it. So I ended up.
So there was Stoke.
There was Stoke. I was very, very excited, very nervous to hang out with them, but it ended up being like a really, really core memory from the season. I was also going through some stuff from work that I mentioned in there, so it was just like a great like way to kind of rejuvenate myself. So I ended up reaching out to Jonah towards the end of the season. I was like, hey, I'm working on this book. I would love to like kind of involve you in some way. I didn't necessarily know what yet, but I ended up writing an article about us meeting. He ended up coming over to my house. We sat on the porch and chatted for like 2 hours. I wanted to know more about his journey, his career, and how he came to be a film skier. That's pretty.
Are you turning into a journalist?
I would have never expected that, but I really enjoyed doing it. It was really fun to like kind of write a story. And
because you didn't go to school for this, you don't have any experience.
No, I hated reading and writing in school too. So it's just like kind of ironic, I guess. And then the other article, right? Yeah.
He's like,
look at him.
Couldn't
He's
get
like,
that kid to read a thing.
I get it from him. So the other article we did, Kristen actually wrote it. Do you want to talk about it?
Sure.
Yeah, talk about it.
Well, I thought, when we were talking about maybe doing like little written pieces on people, I mean, the first person I thought of was Winter McBride. Sure. She's an awesome skier. You've had her on the podcast before, but yeah, she is just going through this like journey. All of a sudden she's on the map with just being on the world tour this season. So I was just inspired by her growing up here in Ogden and just being a really cool, badass skier in this cool place. And she's kind of talked about how she's inspired by Ogden and the community here. So I kind of tied that into the article and talk a little bit about that since, you know, the Book of Stoke is like kind of based in Ogden and Ogden people and stuff. So, but yeah, and then just highlighted kind of her journey to the world tour.
Yeah.
So
who took the photos?
And Dylan Totaro,
he's
also born and raised in Ogden, took the incredible photos.
You could put Dylan in a corner, but you can't hide, Dylan. Got you on camera. You get credit for that in the magazine over there?
Yeah, he should.
Yeah. Oh, you haven't seen it? Okay.
Yeah, he was like, I'm gonna wait till tomorrow.
Okay.
I'm
so
proud. That's
Monday, and
that takes some serious.
Okay, that's nice job.
Yeah.
All right. So
yeah, he didn't know his name was in the book until I just told him about 10 minutes ago.
Okay.
So I do have a question for everybody that has opened up this book, and so I would love to know your first impression, holding it, leafing through it. I know how I felt with that Salty magazine after all that work you put into it. You feel it. You sort of take it in your hand, and then just how'd you process all of that work?
I'll let them go first because I've seen many renditions of it.
That goes to everybody that has held and seen the book,
which I have not. So
you will.
Yeah.
You will.
Okay.
I think just being able to see like all the work that we had done over it's been over a year.
It's been a year.
Yeah.
Which is crazy to think about.
Which when you said that that's the first time we met in that coffee shop, I feel like I've known you guys a lot longer.
For sure.
So that's definitely been the most fun part of this experience.
Totally.
Is just hanging with you guys.
For sure.
But I think finally seeing it in print kind of felt like, I don't know, I guess surreal's like an intense word maybe, but it felt good just to see that like our idea didn't just like go to pieces. Yeah. And that it actually happened. And I feel like we have Avery to thank for that for sure. He really kept us on task and like kept us to the dates, you know, and stuff like that. But yeah, I think that it was just exciting to see it, and then to see kind of everyone's work. That was the most fun part for me, honestly, was I know what my work looked like. But to see the photos that Avery chose and Dixon chose and Fernando chose and like how they put it together and getting really excited about the cool shots that they put in there was actually probably the funnest part for me. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it felt surreal, I would say, because for me, I never really had the intention to put my stuff in a book. I've always thought about like doing a ton of prints and then trying to sell these and then just go into massive debt into print companies.
Sounds like a good time.
I mean, can't deny it.
One way of doing it, I guess.
But
It's a proven system.
but I mean, it's just like one of those things where I once I saw the InDesign file, I was like, I'm in over my head.
Same.
I did
Same.
I did not know how to run InDesign.
Yeah.
Anything about it. I had to text Avery and Kristen, hey, I'm stuck on this part. How do you do this?
And you guys all, for background, you photographers, videographers, like you guys use Adobe, I'm assuming.
Oh, yeah.
But you open InDesign, it's Adobe, but it's like,
Totally new.
shoot.
Yeah.
It's like,
like even just like the most micro movement of a photo and it just shifts all over the place and you're like, cool, I don't know how Control Z does not work anymore. But I mean, like Kristen said, just having Avery there, just keeping us online, because I'm the worst at like deadlines, and getting a text from him, hey, make sure your photos are uploaded to the Dropbox, or hey, text me this, text me that, or stuff like that.
It was hard to do that because I felt so bad, because initially I was like, when we all first met
come
together,
on, editor. Yeah.
I was like,
Bring the hammer.
I know all of you live very busy lives. In the summer, Kristen's a wedding photographer. Fernando's traveling everywhere, taking photos with supercars. I just felt so bad. I was like, hey, y'all, I need to get some of these photos done, you know? And so I always was like anxious to text y'all. But
yeah, a funny story about that is like, I was in Monterey, California for Car Week.
Yeah.
And I think you had texted me something about a file or something, a photo. And I was like, oh crap, I got to do this right now. In the middle of 17-mile drive in Pebble Beach.
Which is the most gorgeous.
Yes.
drive. Oh,
most
God.
beautiful drive.
Yeah.
Big Sur, that whole area, you got to see.
Yeah. Once in your life.
Yes, once in your life. But I had my laptop with me and I pulled it out of the car. And I just hotspotted from there, and I got it done. And I was like, I need to do this now, or he's gonna either text me or call me later and be like, "Hey, I really need you to do this."
I'm sorry to bug you,
but to me, I was like, it was that dedication and that like that fire and that ignition in him that he wants to do this, and I was like, okay, we're doing this.
It is the thing I'm most impressed about. I'm sure the photos are phenomenal, and I think that's great. But the fact that it got done and it is printed and it is sitting in this trailer,
right here,
is the best thing ever. Now, will there be some sort of digital representation of the magazine, or what is that going to look like later? Like, can you go online and then, because we can buy it online, but will there be some teasers, some photo teasers maybe?
Oh, I see
on
what you're
there or
saying.
something?
Yeah, we'll post about it throughout the winter.
Go follow the Book of Stoke on Instagram. Even though we talked about, we made this because of feeling
You gotta sell
gross
it,
on
Dixon.
Instagram. We're on Instagram, and there will,
unfortunately, it's part of it.
Yeah.
but yeah, there will be we'll be posting content there, hopefully for years to come.
Yeah, and how much did any of you shoot behind the scenes of like working on InDesign? I tried to figure it out.
Oh my gosh.
0.
Yeah.
0? Yeah.
I mean, I guess we did some marketing shoots, but
Yeah.
through working on it, I don't really think we did.
It sounds like everyone was too stressed about InDesign
Oh my God,
to care
yeah.
about
They were
BTS
so
on
stressed.
Does InDesign have a feature where, like, how do you share the same the same thing? Like, how do you look at it all?
Well, we just use that like a Dropbox file. So we have like a shared working file on InDesign, and then had that on Dropbox.
It does have this feature that raises your blood pressure.
Wait, so you can share, or it doesn't work, or what?
We ran into some complications through it. It seemed like every time one of us like opened it, it would only sync to theirs, and then we wouldn't. Another person wouldn't be able to see that work. So it was really weird. We figured it out.
How do the big boys or whatever do it? I guess I don't even
unlimited space. So I found out the hard way because I don't pay for Dropbox, and it's only 2 gigs on the free version, which is not a lot.
Yeah.
And Avery texted me and he was like, "Hey, have you done this and that on the InDesign file?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's all finished. Like they're all in there.
It's been done a week."
It's like I did that forever ago, and I had to double check because I was like freaking out, and I was like, I wonder why it's not, syncing. And so I looked it up, and if someone doesn't have the same kind of capacity as everybody else, the person working on it that has the lower capacity will not sync with the rest of it. So if I uploaded my photos and my Dropbox said you're at your full capacity, they won't see the work I've done.
Okay, cool.
It was wild.
That sounds no, because you guys all use Frame.io for video stuff. Maybe no, because is that just us? Because that work. I mean, I was talking to Tristan and he was using it, up at Powder and like apparently it's like what the Jazz use and stuff like that, so they can instantly share video and look at video and approve and edit and do all this stuff. And I'm like, when you're putting a magazine together and you have multiple editors or whatever contributors, it should be nice to just open the file and look at it and contribute and stuff. But I'm not an InDesign guy, so I don't know how.
Frame.io has the same stuff though, where you need to pay for more.
You do have to pay. Yeah, you got to pay. Yeah,
And
each party has to pay.
And if you upload too much, they
He yells at you.
Oh, they lock you out essentially.
Yeah, because you did that.
I uploaded too many files, and I had to reach out to customer service to get the files deleted, and then they're like, "All right, if you go over 100 gigs again, you're locked out." I was like, "Okay."
You got to pay for the stuff.
Yeah,
Pay to play.
Towards the end, we kind of just left it on my computer.
Yeah.
I was like, once everybody's photos were in, I was kind of taking over the, like the front pages and the back pages, just
Copy
like
editing.
Yeah, and just like making sure it was all in one, so we didn't run into that again. Yeah.
Okay.
It was definitely a hurdle, and at points I was like, it was very frustrating, but it's all right.
So have you run the numbers? How many we got to put out? How many we going to sell in here?
We got 500 copies, like printed in our hands. God bless you. So we're giving 200 to our online distributor for him to sell online.
Sweet.
Yeah. So anybody in the world, nationwide, can buy those. So like all my grandmas and grandpas can buy those. And yeah. So, and then, depending on how fast we sell out of these, we may do another order and keep it going.
A reprint.
Yeah. So we'll see how that goes.
Avery is extremely optimistic.
I am very optimistic.
Avery's like, man, we're gonna have to place another order. I'm like, I think I'm gonna have these books for 10 years. He did. The imposter syndrome is killing me, and it's been extremely. I mean, again, we've all said it. I want to reiterate it. Like, if it wasn't for Avery, this would be just like photos on somebody's hard drive. It's insane.
Pushing you to get there, because you wouldn't have done it then.
God, no. I mean, dude, literally the other project that I was working on one time by myself, just completely up in smoke.
I also have to thank these guys for keeping me accountable, because if I were to do it on my own and I got to InDesign, I would have been like, never mind, I'm good right now. I'll do it next month.
You feel like that, Todd, with Salty? Keeping each other going?
Yeah, I think collectively the energy was up, but it was like an obstacle after an obstacle after an obstacle,
Yeah.
And then I think we had a little bit more of a single layout designer, to some degree. That kind of helped
with experience,
cohesively put it together. But it's not like it started there.
No.
But it did sort of wrap in that place, just because it kind of naturally got to that place.
Sorry, really bringing it back from like 4 questions ago. If we were to do it again, changing something up would be to figure out a better structure. As you were sort of saying, you guys had like one person kind of doing like the layout. That was definitely probably the biggest hurdle, because like we're talking about now, right? Uploading files and being like, hey, can you make sure like are all your photos? Because like everyone picked their photos by a certain deadline, and then everyone had to get their photos into the InDesign and sort of like rough laid out. And it was that point when it's like, hey, have you changed your, like literally we were going to do what, a 10 by 10?
We were going to start with that, yeah.
We were going to do a 10 by 10 and then.
And what is the final print?
A 10 by, 7 by 10. Which one do you put first? The small one? I don't know. 7 by 10.
It's this big. It's this big.
But the number 10 and the number 7.
I literally, it was 2 months ago we changed out the entire.
Yeah, so we were so
Todd.
kind of,
Because that doesn't change out anything.
yeah, right. So we were going through, and another big part of this, Willie Moz, who runs Lone Pine Press, I found his book that he did. It's called Patrol Eye. Shout out to Willie. And I found that book in Level 9 in Salt Lake City when I was going through this idea of like, I want to make a book, and I bought it, and I was like, this is sick. So I ended up reaching out to him, and we became friends. But he did a 10 by 10, and I was like, oh, this looks great. Like, I love this. And so, but then we realized how much hardcover was going to be to print, which his was hardcover. And we were like, oh no, that's going to be really expensive. So we completely pivoted, and we were like, we're going to go softbound or softback and change the dimension, because it feels better, like softback, more of a magazine.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
But cost is always the issue, particularly when the time comes to get something printed. So.
But again, changing up things for next time, trying to create a better structure for book layout, because we want people to have the autonomy, but it is trying to get 4 people to get into their InDesign, which again, like, who knows how much experience they've had with it, and then trying to edit it and then make sure that it syncs properly. And so at a certain point we did just sort of take over on a lot of things, but still gave people the option.
I'm remembering now, I have a little bit of experience with this. So I sat next to Andy, who ended up being your designer, right?
Helping us out.
When Andy and I were like, let's make a magazine for Mountain Luxury Real Estate at the time. And it was the first time he had made one. He's a graphic designer by trade, and I'm marketer /
whatever it is you
that
do.
doesn't look right, And then, but he could at least open the program and like set the grid and start placing photos and stuff. And so what we could do is, because there's like one editor, but you could just bring people in, and then they could like do their own section or whatever, but they would have to come to the designer
come
or
to your
something.
computer
Yeah,
or
come
something.
to, yeah. But Andy he did it all. He did all of it.
Yeah.
But it did make it like it was his say, and then he would like share it, and then people would give feedback. But I'm thinking, if you want multiple contributors, it is nice to have just the one person that's going to control the design, but then all the contributors would have to go to that person and be like, well, here's my photos, and I like this, I don't like this, and whatever. But I learned so much sitting next to a graphic designer about layout and stuff, because he would put something on the magazine, he'd put something in place, whether it was text or photo, and I was like, I don't know, dude, it doesn't look right. And he would tell me, he's like, yeah, it's because this spacing is off here. And he would lay, and I'm like, oh my God, yeah. And he'd move it, or he'd change the font, and it would just like immediately look better. And I'm like, holy crap, dude, that's crazy. So working with a graphic designer was eye-opening for me. It was cool.
Oh yeah, that's how I would do it next time, is like have the people come. We would sit down and like work it out, but
Cool.
yeah, it would make life probably a little bit easier
for you.
No, but this represents everything that y'all went
It's true,
through. And you've
absolutely.
learned so much because of this. And you've established a size, so the next one has to be the same size.
Exactly. Yeah.
And so, you made some good choices. Tell us a little bit about the cover and and your sort of your cover font and that logo in the front. Like, it's sharp. This is a clean
Thank you.
book.
So let's see. So again, going back to wanting multiple photographers, I thought it would be a great idea to bring somebody in because of imposter syndrome, because I didn't feel like I was like, oh, I don't have any photos that are good for the cover. Like, no. So we initially had somebody, and we had it on the document, and we were going through that. So we met with these guys, and Dixon brought up, he was like, dude, we really think it should be you on the cover. And I was like, are you sure? Like, I don't know about that. So I was very grateful for that, and I ended up going back to my computer. I spent that day kind of flipping through the photos that I'd taken last season, and I was just like, there's nothing that stands out to me. Like, no photo I'm like really stoked on to be a cover photo. And so I was feeling a little distraught about that, so I just sat on it for a couple days, and then kind of came back, and I looked through 2 seasons ago, and this certain day that these photos were taken on, it like stood out to me because it was one of the better days that I've had, one of the most memorable days of skiing in my life, I have to say. It was a really good day. I was with friends, stoking it up, and this photo of my buddy Alec popped up, and it just fit, like the negative space for a title, just him moving through the frame. It was like
that, the silhouette-ish look.
Yeah, and I was just
Awesome.
like, that's it. That's a cover of a book. And it just so happens that it's my best friend that's on the cover of the book that I've worked really hard. So Alec Mercier, skier, in that
He
photo.
should sign that corner.
I know. I do want him. He won't know this until Thursday, but
What?
for tomorrow, Dixon printed off this photo, and I'm gonna give it to him.
Oh, rad. Rad.
And then the back photo is another person that means a lot to me. That's Emma, my partner. She's a rad skier, but she's actually in South Carolina in PA school right now. So it was just another one that was like, fuck, that's a good photo. Like,
Yeah.
I want the 2 most important people in my life to be on the book.
Yeah.
Or on the cover of my book. So
Love it.
yeah. And then the logo, we had.
Your dad's right here.
Yeah, I know. The most important friends in my life. So Kristen picked out an amazing font for all of the book, all like the interior text. And so we had, what was it? Yazeva 1. I don't know how to say it.
I'm not going to lie. I don't remember.
I think it was Yazeva 1. So we had it like typed out, and I was just
that
like,
font.
yeah, that one. If you're into fonts or anything, there are people that are like that.
Oh, I've met them.
That's their favorite font. Yep. But so we had that. I had that typed out, and I was like, yeah, it looks good. But I loved like the look of a handwritten logo, and so I threw the idea out to Dixon. I was like, hey, I know somebody who is fairly artistic, and he would be like really excited he'd be really stoked to make a logo for the book. That gentleman is Greg Bean, because he did some of the stickers, and he's subtly artistic.
Yeah.
He doesn't express it much.
Doesn't come across as that.
No, not one bit. He doesn't. So I texted him, and he was like, dude, like, I love that idea. And I had like doodled up a couple ideas, and I was like, this is kind of what I'm thinking, something that kind of is like slashy and kind of matches the vibe of the cover. And he sent me back a couple edits, couple renditions of it, and we went with that one. So,
well, Avery, I hate to tell you this, but you are now a printer. You're a media guy, a journalist.
Guess, yeah.
You're all the things.
Yeah, I think so.
We look up to you now. So
appreciate it.
yeah,
Yeah,
to produce more work probably after.
yeah,
this.
I hope so. I've had a lot more ideas. I want to bring more photographers, more athletes, maybe even do something for the summer, because Ogden has quite a big summer scene.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think there's a lot of avenues that can go down with this, which makes me excited, and I could do it way more smoothly next time. So
Do like a book of temples.
yeah, exactly.
A book of Stoke temples. That'd be cool. You never know. You can get all kinds of angles.
Never know. Exactly.
You
It goes.
We're in Utah.
Stoke comes in all forms,
It
bro.
goes in
in
all
many
forms.
avenues.
Yep.
I'm just saying. I'm just throwing it out there. You know.
How did you feel holding it for the first time? We had a little bit different because we got to see the proof pages, but how does it feel holding that right now?
I mean, yeah, surreal. I look at you three and just feel like extremely grateful, because I'm like, God, I wish I could give you guys the world for like taking the time and the effort and working with us, because it's just like, I know how busy it is, and everyone's out there trying to make a living, and so it's like, when I hold it, I just feel extremely grateful. But
I feel like this guy overcame a lot,
dude. Yeah,
for sure, for sure. So it was really cool to see you work through that.
Yeah.
So yeah, same for me. Just like from seeing it on your computer, clicking through pages, and then holding the first sample, the first proof we got, I was just like, this thing's fucking real. There's no backing out now. Like I'm holding it. It was a pretty crazy moment when we were chomping at the bit, waiting for him to email us to come pick up the sample.
Yeah, we were total assholes. Just, I mean, the amount of times I'd be like, Avery, send him another email. Send him another email, but don't
sound like an asshole.
Yeah, don't sound like an asshole. I think you do better than I do, because I'm like, where's the stuff? You said it would be here tomorrow.
Where's the stuff?
Yeah.
Where's the stuff?
So yeah, it was cool to hold that first. I wasn't in town. I was out of town, and I had to wait longer than you did.
Yeah.
Sucked.
The first sample was just insane.
Yeah.
And
But
then
you did some edits, learned some lessons there.
Yeah. Read the fine print. When,
Covers on the front.
yeah. No. So
Goddamn it, design.
So we worked with. I'm gonna drop the name. We worked with Hudson Printing, and they have been extremely helpful, flexible, cooperative. But we definitely, we learned a lot.
Your first time printers. You don't know.
Exactly. We learned a lot, and so there were some hurdles to overcome.
Yeah.
But I mean, the fact that, when did we met with them in August?
It was probably August. Yeah.
August, and then we have a book now, and so it's a huge shout out to them. I mean, they are an extremely large printing company, warehouse full of semis pulling in and out, and the fact that I can walk into their will call and be like, oh, it's a guy with 500 copies, and they're like, oh yeah, the tiny order. You're like, oh, thanks, dude.
Oh, you guys are so cute.
Yeah, and they're just like, they love it. They're totally here for it. When I went in to pick up, when we went to go sign off on the second sample, I had my 7-month-old, and like the lady doing the finances were like, oh my god, you guys are the Book of Stoke guys, we love this. Like, so it was rad.
One of the coolest moments was sitting down and choosing paper, and him throwing out 100-pound, 80-pound. I'm just like, yeah, that sounds great. I don't know what you're talking about. And he had all that, all the options you could do with it. I was just like, whoa, I did not realize how much there was.
You learned
for
a lot.
printing. Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm looking for one more reaction. So we got to get somebody who's sitting outside on the microphone.
Get Dad. He's looked at it. Come on, Dad. Get in
Dad,
here.
we got to get you on the
Get on the
microphone.
mic.
There's
Come
the
on.
mic right there.
Yeah, you're gonna have to pull into the microphone here.
Okay.
So I want your first impression.
Doc, he tried to move, but he was like, I got an arm bar here. It's not going anywhere. So, is this good? Yeah.
Perfect.
So when I saw it today for the first time, Avery has been talking about this for the last year to me, and it's like, what are you talking about? You don't like to read, you don't like to write. I paid for your school for 18 years, and you're writing a freaking book, But no, I'm truly amazed, And one of the words that came up today was a community. And when I see this, the Book of Stoke, Stoke goes just everything that you can imagine, from every sport out there. But when you put it in a book about skiing, it's really cool, man. It's really neat to see. Yeah. And I can definitely see building a community on there. There's 4 people that wrote this. There could be 4,000 in 10 years, part of this community.
Yeah.
And it's not just about skiing. It's about anything that fires you up. It could be motivational, things to get you out of bed in the morning, to go make money, to build that community. And I think it's gonna do really well. I'm proud of you guys. It's nice to meet you guys for the first time. My son's done a great job. I'm proud of him. Really.
Yeah, I didn't think he had it in him. So
Dude, that's where he gets the optimism. Is his dad?
I'm glad to be here, guys.
Yeah, he flew out from Dallas to be here. So I really appreciate you coming.
You bet.
Yeah,
I'm glad I'm your third favorite.
Come on, man.
I'm just messing.
So
Thanks for taking a minute.
Yeah,
thanks. You
Thanks,
appreciate it.
guys.
So we got a release party tomorrow, which is you're hearing this on Thursday, so you missed it. And
It was so
It was
rad,
invite
dude.
only.
Because we've already done it.
Yeah,
we
already done
experienced it already.
Yeah, it was so good. Oh, anyway,
So Brandon,
yeah,
I think you wrote a little piece in here. Did you?
you mentioned that.
Yeah. So I think it'd be cool to hear it in your voice because I can picture what it sounds like, but I need to hear it in your voice.
So I got to read it.
You got to read it.
Okay, where is it?
It's in the just turn to the second page.
It's the forward, so it's going to be in the
It's it's
first
right in
part.
the front.
You know what you got to do now?
Yeah, pull out the glasses there.
Put these bad boys on here. They're a little smudgy.
That one is
All right.
also turn the front
I like
page.
this.
Yeah, it feels good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I want you to open up the front page. That is your copy.
Oh hell yeah!
That is the
thank you.
Banyan
This
Collective's
says-
copy.
See if we can get this on camera. Cheers.
Yeah,
to the
cheers
Banyan
to the
Collective
Banyan.
and signed by the crew.
Yep. So if you flip a page,
Dope.
that's where
Okay.
your section is.
Holy shit, we got okay. I don't know how much I'm supposed to give away. It says forward. All right, can you hear me? I don't
I
know.
can hear you.
Well, you put me on the spot. I normally don't
know.
read it, I just write it. All right. Winter in the mountains brings an unusual quiet. The hustle of the daily grind crunches beneath cambered planks. Tongues stick out, not for attention, but to capture a flake of soft white ice. Winter is a time for reflection, thinking, and creating. In the stillness and cold of winter, art and imagination thrives. We place new lines down untracked faces. We design unusual contortions off frozen metals. Gravity glitches as we stall midair above large gaps of compressed snow. It is in winter when our breath gathers around many intentional layers, both physical and mental, that we push off to express our unique selves, built over years of learning, pushing, crashing, and trying. Winter is also a time for gathering. We find our relationships with others warmer and more trusting, surrounded by the deeper realities of the harsh and, at times, brutal weather. Our emotions run through peaks and valleys as the snow blankets the earth, creating a new palette of discovery. A palette where we play, create, and explore with friends, deepening our understanding of not just each other, but the world around us. Winter is raw, dangerous, and essential. But winter in the mountains eventually fades, and what we pull from our winter experiences shapes us forever. Whether behind a lens, at the end of a brush, on two planks, or one, our creativity finds itself in the quiet cold of winter and sustains us. And this winter, we celebrate art, self-expression, and the pursuit of Stoke. Nice
Yeehaw.
job, Avery.
Yeehaw. Thank
That's
you.
the forward to the Book of Stoke. So excited for this to come out, man.
Yeah.
Let's sell out 500.
500.
So we don't want Dixon to have to store all
No,
these.
dude, we don't want him in his basement.
Do you remember how many you ran on your print for Salty?
I can't remember.
Yeah.
It made me think.
I don't know if 500 sounds like a lot or like I don't know. Like that's where you guys are like, oh,
It seems so intimidating, but
Yeah.
like listening to, I just go to my family, like they're like, I want 4 copies. I'm gonna give some away to friends and family, and like I picture that for all of us. Like I imagine y'all's family will want to buy copies, and I'm just like, Ogden's big too. It's small, but it's big, and I foresee it. I'm putting the good vibes out there that we're gonna sell them.
$30.
Yep.
$30. Go buy it.
I just saw it on the back. $30.
Yeah. So also
copies.
worth.
I can see Avery down on 25th in Washington. Get copies here. Book of Stoke. Yeah.
outside by one of the pianos
Hell yeah.
and the horses. Yeah.
Yeah.
Something worth mentioning, Todd, is the Salty Mag you gave me. I don't know if you remember that, but I I drew a lot of inspiration from that, as well as other photography books that I have accumulated over the past year, and just I felt like that's how I got most of my inspiration behind it, and how I wanted to lay some of the things out. So yeah, worth mentioning.
That feels good. Thanks for saying that. Yeah.
I noticed we're the
And
only
you're
logo
doing
in
the
color.
same for people that check this out.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I hope to. Yeah, throw up the sponsors.
Why are we the only logo in color?
Because
Well, you didn't have a all white one, and it looks kind of cool.
You should have
That's all
told
right.
me.
That's all right.
I like the color. It looks good.
Don't tell me that now.
It looks good. I like
We
the
got
color. It
500
looks
of
good.
them.
We're not
special.
gonna sell a single one.
The damn logo.
Oh, I love this so much. I'm so excited for you, Avery.
Thank you.
Congratulations to everyone involved on the project. Todd, you got any final
Just
words?
when you're ready to do the Book of Stoke podcast edition, all those podcast action shots. People podcasting in Ogden. Could you imagine?
Ogden. No, but the Book of Stoke could be a podcast. I think you guys. Avery's been there before on Gear 30. We pulled that off. He knows he could pull it off.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah.
It was a good time hanging with that.
No, it's install week at Finch Lane Gallery, and so nothing's happened this week. The new exhibition's open on Monday, and our opening reception is the third Friday. So I think, what is that, the 21st? Or does that sound right? I think it is. I think it's the 21st. And so we have 2 brand new shows. We have a group exhibition curated by Holly Rios and Carlissa Wells. It is 9 printmakers, and it's rad. Perspectives of Women in Print, I think is the name of it. And then in our West Gallery is Dan Evans, and his is Dependencies. What's the other name? Anyway, he did a series of sort of collage design pieces that are brilliant and amazing, and so come down and check them out. If you are available on the third Friday, it doesn't conflict with first Friday for Ogden, so come down and say hey.
Van Sessions was awesome Friday. If you missed it, you suck because Todd booked some killer music.
It was great. It was
And
a great
this
one.
is the crew that shoots it and videos it. So
Yeah.
thanks to Avery and Dixon, who essentially it's volunteer work. So I appreciate you guys.
I love doing
being a
it,
Part
so.
of it. Yeah.
Follow him on Instagram.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. They can help us out there.
Oh, Instagram.
This is where we plug all the social media.
Yeah. You can say something, Dixon?
You got it.
Reaching.
No, we're good.
Thanks to Banyan One. That's this trailer right here for Power Today's episode of the Ogden Arts and Adventure Show. Listen and subscribe to Ogden Arts and Adventure on the YouTube. You can look for us on Facebook, but don't. Instagram, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, thebandingcollective.com, and Podbean. If you want to be on the program, slip into my DMs at Ogden Adventure. And if you found value in this podcast, which I know you did, you can buy us a beer that's called Giving Us Money at buymeacoffee.com/Banyan Media. We'll leave you with an outdoor jukebox as soon as I get it from Dixon. I got to edit it still. So
I'm getting there.
you're good there, yeah. We'll catch you on the next Ogden Arts and Adventure Show. Thanks. Good night, everyone.